All right, so I'm here with my daughters, Lillian and Adeline. You want to wave hi?
Hi.
And we're going to be doing a quick experiment to study reflection, which is the bouncing of waves. We're looking at the reflection of light specifically, and so for that we are going to need something that light bounces off of very nicely. What is this, Lillian? Can you tell me?
Mirror.
It's a mirror. Yep. So we are going to be using a mirror, and you'll set this up at a piece of paper that's marked in a certain way with a normal line. Now that's not normal as in like the usual or typical. This is the same kind of normal that we use when we talk about the normal force. If you remember, normal then and same as now means perpendicular to a surface. So specifically, this line represents the line that's perpendicular to the mirror's surface. So we'll set that up at this edge of the book. I have a mirror. You might have a nice rectangular mirror. I don't. This is the one I could find. So I set it up at the edge of the book, so I'm looking at the middle of the mirror. And I put this piece of paper here with a normal line sort of coming right out of the mirror. And then I'm going to shine a light using a note card that I cut a slit in, and with the flashlight, I can shine a light going into the mirror so it strikes the mirror right at that spot where the normal line shows up. Then I see one nice ray of light going in and one nice ray of light coming out, and I'll trace that with a marker. So you'll need a couple of different colors of marker because we'll do 3 or 4 different tries. You'll need a note card or some other piece of heavy paper and a pair of scissors to cut out a small slit. Need a blank piece of paper. I recommend using one that's been printed on the back side just to reuse it. And to draw the normal line rather than marking anything up, I used an envelope that came in the mail, business reply, and I just lined it up on the edge to make a 90-degree angle. That's all you need. Nothing super precise. If you have a protractor and want to measure out a nice 90-degree angle, you go right ahead. But in this experiment, we'll be taking a look at the angle the light comes in at. That's called the incident angle. And then the angle the light comes out at, that's the reflected angle. Now the trick here is both of those angles are measured from the normal line. So if it's coming in perfectly perpendicular to the mirror, that's 0 degrees. If it's perfectly parallel to the mirror, that's 90. And then halfway between the two would of course be 45. I've asked my daughter Adeline to help with drawing the normal line. So I'll take this envelope here and line it up even with the top and somewhere near the middle. Hold on just a moment, please, honey. Somewhere near the middle of the paper, although it's not too important. But I'm making sure it's even with the top there. All right, now go ahead and draw a dotted line along the edge of that. Fantastic. Great job. Now you could do this with any color of marker or pen or pencil that you want. That is a great job. Okay, I'm going to take that and then label it normal. And again, this is going to be the 0 degrees, right? So this is the 0 degree line. So 10 degrees, 20, 30, 40, all the way to 90. All right. Next is the slit of paper. Alrighty, I've asked my daughter Lillian to help with the scissors. She's got a pair of scissors there. And she's going to cut out a little slit. I've marked it out, just 2 little lines, and then cut it across the top. Wonderful. Alrighty, so to do this, you need a mirror, and this is the mirror that I have. It has an enlarging one, a makeup mirror on one side, and then just a plain flat mirror on the other. I'm going to take that, and I want the middle of the mirror, or near as I can get. So I'm going to put it on the table, and I have a glass back here just to hold it up, sort of, so it's pretty flush with the edge of this book here. And the book is just to get up to the middle of the mirror. I take that piece of paper we just made earlier with the envelope, and I put it right up there, so that this normal line comes out perpendicular to the mirror. When you look at it, the reflection should form a pretty straight line with the line that you drew. Then I take a flashlight. I'm using my cell phone flashlight here. And that slip of paper that we just cut out. So I put this slip of paper in the way, and I put the flashlight behind it to form a line. And the thing that I want to make sure is that the line that goes in hits the mirror right where the normal line does. We want those two to be at the same exact spot. So if you hit the mirror somewhere else, that's not really going to help out so much. So try and make sure that you move either the slit of paper or the light around so that you can get the light to hit right there at that at the normal. All right. My daughter Lillian is going to come in with a marker, and she's going to trace a line that goes in exactly on the path of the incoming light, and then also trace the path of the outgoing light. Now try and make a nice careful measurement, or nice careful lines as best you can, but it's hard to do one-handed, so maybe enlist a family member or so. And then what we'll do is we'll pick a different angle and try the exact same thing, okay? Doing the exact same thing, only with a different color. So Adeline, can you try this one now? Okay. So go ahead. So trace the line going into the mirror as best you can. There you go. And then trace the line that's coming out of the mirror too. Wonderful. Great. Thank you so much. Okay. So we'll do that for 3 or 4 different lines. You can either label them or use different colors, whatever you like. And then we're going to be measuring the angles. Remember, the angles on one side are the incident angles, the incident angle, and the angle on the other side is going to be the reflected angle. So if we're measuring these and giving them variables, this would be theta I, and this over here would be theta R for incident and reflected. All right. Once we've done that, there's some questions to answer, and you'll be able to draw some conclusions and learn the law of reflection, which should be pretty straightforward. Good luck.